There you are.
Hi.
Oh my goodness. You look gorge. You always look
Thank
gorgeous.
you. I'm at shoot for something else, so this is not your typical every day. Are you there?
How are you doing?
Okay, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You
I'm
look
really
gorgeous
good.
per usual.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So we are live here, just, trying to talk about all the things. I think, what's really interesting is this moment in people's lives when you have like one idea of what your life is going to be, and then you have a shift, whether it's from a relationship, or it's children, which was, I would say, my big shift.
Yeah.
In sort of like consciousness and in the way that you approach life and your ideas of what happiness really means. And your priorities change. And so I think this is just like an interesting kind of time and thing to talk with you about, because I think everyone knows you as an artist. Obviously, you're a musician and you're an actress, and people know the public side of you, but since you've had your kids, you've shared a lot of these kind of more intimate and special sort of moments that, as artists, we don't always get to show people and share with people. And I think it really kind of like gives someone some insight into your soul a bit.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, we don't know each other well, but I am a very shy, introverted person. I stay at home. I'm a homebody. And kids definitely do change everything, absolutely everything. But I feel like for me in particular, especially because of COVID and just like everything that was going on over the past like 2-3 years, having Frankie and Sunny has just been the light for me. I've been through a lot in my life and done a lot of crazy things and a lot of great things, but they take the cake on just having made me a better person. And as cheesy as that sounds, I don't know, it's my favorite transition that I've ever had in my life, is becoming a mom.
Yeah, I would say that like I actually don't think it sounds cheesy at all. I think for me, it was like the first time it really hit me that I needed to keep somebody else alive. I was like, whoa.
Me every
gotta
day.
feed you. If I don't, problems will arise. I have to make sure that you're gonna sleep and you're safe. And it felt like really intense.
Yeah.
Because you're only really thinking about yourself, and it's kind of subconsciously, right? You're just not even, there's nothing else really. And then, animals, sure, but it's not, they can still be left at home just to a degree. But kids, yeah, it's a whole other responsibility, and it's relentless.
Absolutely.
It's like once it's on, there's no going back. There's no going back. So, I would say that I'm sort of more like you. I'm an introvert, and
Hold up, man, because I seriously would love for you guys to watch the full interview with Cassie Ventura on this one, because she said a lot of things, and I believe a lot of things went over their head, man. She said a lot of interesting stuff. Some stuff she definitely coded up, and some stuff she definitely did not want to say. So I want you guys to watch it fully and listen thoroughly and figure out everything that I probably would have missed, because I'm not saying I did catch every single details. So with that said, let me know your thoughts and perspective down in the comment section. Once again, remember to watch the video fully and thoroughly, because reports have came out that Cassie, have fled the United States after everything, and she ain't looking back, man. So when I say this interview is full of information, I ain't telling no lie, man. So watch the video fully and listen thoroughly. Remember to drop a like, my people. Drop a like and subscribe. Remember to let me know your thoughts and perspective perspective down in the comment section. And if anything I missed, let me know also down in the comment section. And as usual, I'm out.
An internal processor. But for me, the reason why I loved acting is I get to play somebody. I get to be in somebody else's shoes. And there was something so liberating about that experience. And even when I would do talk shows and stuff, I would have to say, I'm going to play this character. And that's kind of like how I approached it. But for you, just wondering, like, how did you deal with the public world when you, like, I don't know, when you are shy?
Yes. Well, it's difficult. It's a battle that I'm still dealing with daily. And I need to go back to what you were saying with, as far as just like, having children and going from, being alone. I was just having a conversation with my makeup artist. I was like, now I have a tribe. We're here at a photo shoot and I have my 2 girls with me. And it's really just, it's insane. But I have to say, being private has always been a really important thing for me. But now, like, that I'm happy, I want to share it. And I want to be able to, connect with other women and, relate with women that are going through the same thing every day. We wake up with our kids, we're going through the same thing. We're feeding them, changing diapers, running around the house, trying to just get out of the house is...
Yeah, good luck with that one.
But it's just by yourself, like, in your life, it's one thing when you have 2 other or 3 other, however many people to take care of. So, I feel like now just growing and I would say becoming more of a woman now, I want to share it. I want to share how happy I am, and I want to share that it's possible to be, I don't know, in a place of your life where you don't know what's going on, and then your life shifts completely, and you just adapt. We're women. We make it work. We always make it work. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but
no, it is. I think it's interesting to think, just for people to know that you are shy and that you do struggle with, putting yourself out there. And it's interesting because I used to think, for me, I always admired people like my husband, who's like, this fool can talk to anybody. When I tell you anybody, like, everyone is his best friend. I'm like, what is actually happening? You cannot walk by a person. He finds people across the street to do the nod thing. Yeah. I'm like, why is that? And how did they even see your ass? Oh. There's like 4 lanes of streets for no reason.
You're like, how did
he's like, and so I always like kind of felt like I needed to be more like him. But then I was like, you know what? It takes all kinds of people, and you need people like me, who is more of an internal processor, and you need people like him, who's more of like wanting to, put himself out there, and it's very comfortable for him to connect with people and share with people all the time. I find it draining emotionally.
Afterwards, it's so crazy that I never do lives, and to have this conversation with you, it just means so much to me. I want to tell you that now, but I'm gonna have more conversations after this, because to you, you have no idea. Like, it's so similar. And even now for me, like, on the daily, Alex is moving and grooving, and he's like, yeah, I got this phone call, I'm doing this and that, and of course I'm working and I'm busy, but the way he puts himself out there, I'm like, I need a little bit of that. Like, it teach me some of that. But sometimes you're just like, this is who I am, and I accept myself for who I am.
Yeah, I think it's better to kind of lean into who you are, and also know what kind of like brings you joy. And then when you do feel compelled to share, like you said, you're like, I'm in a place now where I want to share the love that I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
Then it feels genuine, and it doesn't feel like you're forcing it, and like you're doing something that doesn't feel right to you, inside. And I think that's important.
Exactly. It's super important. When it doesn't feel good, I have a whole thing now that it took me time to practice and learn, but to check in with myself on a regular basis. Like, how does this,
Mm.
where, when things are moving so quickly in your life, and I know that, being busy with work and everything, ever take a second to just be like, how do I feel? Is this okay? Like, what is it doing to my body? Does my stomach hurt? Does my ear hurt? Like, I don't know. I'm really
Right.
into self-assessment and like making sure that I'm comfortable, and I know that if I'm doing that, that's going to help my children in the future too. But yeah, I've dealt with being so shy my whole life, and it is a struggle, but it's one to work through. When you want to be able to share with people, and you want to be able to, open up and be a good change in the world.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I would say that if there's a way for you to think about it being a power and not a struggle.
No, Cassie Ventura said a lot of, I would say, positive things so far, and she makes it clear that she was shy before, but no, she's not shy. She's willing to, you know, not necessarily spread her story in the sense that she get up and speak about it every day, but willingly be woman enough and not shy to use that story to help others, right? So in that sense, and she makes it clear that she is now surrounded by love. She called them her tribe, right? Her children and her husband. And she's surrounded by a loving and encouraging tribe. And overall, mostly what she do is take love and spread back love and just positivity, right? And I believe that will be the only route for her to really and truly be happy following everything that happened. I honestly believe it, because looking at the Cassie before, she met Diddy and all of that, you can tell that the Cassie that we're seeing now, they are somewhat similar. I always believe that Diddy groomed her. There's no doubt about that. And I believe that she got caught up in so many different things. Her past, Cassie wasn't the Cassie Ventura that was around Diddy, right? But now, where we are seeing that another transition of this Cassie now, for me, it's kind of the Cassie Ventura we have known before she actually met up and started to basically be involved with Sean Puffy Combs. I don't know if I'm the only one who noticed that, but I kind of see that with her in this interview, and just everything, how she speaks, how she talks, her expressions, how she moves. That's what I really have gathered, and I just wanted to make that clear. But as I said, she makes it clear that it's nothing but positivity at this moment, and also her story, she really hopes it helps, right? Because do not be fooled. Do not believe Cassie Ventura is the only Cassie Ventura out in the world. Do not believe that Sean Puffy Combs is the only Sean Puffy Combs out in the world. There are a lot of other Sean Puffy Combs. There are a lot of more Cassie Ventura. And it's sad. It's extremely sad, but how I am able to cope with it is I tell myself that this is the world we live in. We are not perfect, and that means that you're going to have some bad people, you're going to have some good people, you're going to have some very bad people, and you're going to have some very good people. And you're going to have people that are going to suffer. You're going to have people that they are going to be the one to go through the roughest of patches. You're going to have people that they are the one that would be the sacrifice for a story to be told, and just so on and so forth, because that's the world we live in. Obviously, we have to try our best to be in the best shoe possible, but not all times that would be the case. So I want you guys to watch the rest of the interview and let me know your thoughts and perspective down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys feel. Remember to hit the subscribe button and drop a like.
That's just what's coming to me, because then I think you'll always be resisting the thing that is you versus you feeling like it's your power. And then when you do go out into the world, it's like, put on a character, be the Cassie person. But
Yeah.
but it can be removed from that's what I do, right? I'm like, I'm going to be the thing that I call it the Disney princess. You know, when you're at Disneyland and you see the Disney princesses and, you know, it's like that at Disneyland. It's a character versus who you really are genuinely. I don't know. I just feel like you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. And you shouldn't change.
I mean,
but
I talked to my therapist about it, and she's just like, what if you were just exactly who you wanted to be? Like, and you didn't think about all of these extra things that you know, thought you had to be. You're so good at doing did you say Disney princess? Or you're so,
yeah.
so good at just like making it seem like everything's okay all the time. And that I'm sure for you is depleting. And I'm like, it can be. It definitely can be. Trying to show good face all the time. But yeah, I think
that's why you stay in. You're like, that's why I stay at home most of the time. So I don't have to put that on. No, but I do think it's, I don't know, I think it's interesting. I think also like people who are more sensitive and are internal processors, you know, learning how to flow energy through you and not hang on to other people's stuff. You know, we can get quite like hit with other people's judgments of us and things like that. So yeah, it's interesting. Even, you know, no matter at what stage in my life, I guess I'm always kind of trying to be better and figure out what it is that would be, I would want my girls to really aspire to be, and not necessarily like me, but for them to see me move through things that might feel like blocks. And because I feel like if they see me do that, then maybe they feel like they could do that, you know?
Somebody told me recently, I was really, really emotional. I was away at this, I'll tell you about it at a later date. I was away, and they were just like, how has it felt having children, and, you know, the adjustment? And I'm like, there's no real like switch where you're like, okay, I have kids. It just, everything happens. It's fluid. It is what it is.
Wait, were your kids with you?
They weren't with me. No, they weren't with me. This was
Yeah, no. You're going to cry every time that anybody asks you about your kids. It was so embarrassing. I cried on Anderson Cooper.
No.
Like, what a loser. I was on his new TV show. It was like he was doing it with his mom. My mom was there. And like they played a video, somehow Cash, who like isn't trying to do that kind of stuff, like filmed a video with Honor, and Haven was a baby, and I was away from them. And there's this hormonal thing, biological thing, I don't know what it is, but when they're not sharing the same space as you, you feel like breaking down and crying at any moment. It's so rude.
Yeah,
It still happens, by the way.
I cried for, yeah, it was 3 days, good 3 days of crying, and then somebody reminded me, they're like, they're safe, they're okay, and you are too. And I think that there's a thing about safety. I feel safe with my family. I feel safe with my husband. I feel safe with my kids. Like, and to be able to go back to that at the end of every crazy day is a blessing in and of itself. Like, I don't know. There's so much more I want to say to you and talk to you about.
So here's the thing that you can try and implement a little bit more if you want, that might help with that, take a kid with you. Just do it. It doesn't matter. Just take one with you. You don't have to take both. It's a lot with both. My kids love to fight, so I'm just like, I'm not taking both your asses anymore. I can't. But I can take one, and I bring them with me on work trips. And you know what? It's okay. And it's better that they have a relationship with me than not. Yeah. And it's good that they see their mom is working.
Yeah.
And even just the time on the plane and in the cars and when you're in the hotel room or what have you together, I don't know, you get that bonding time and you get that one-on-one time. So I'd say take one with you if you can't take the whole fam, and it's okay, and keep it moving.
Thank you.
And that's good.
Definitely some powerful and positive words from Cassie Ventura. And you can definitely tell that she's in a much happier place now, especially with her children. They say children bring life, A lot of people would say, well, the person who is pregnant, they're the one who bring life. But the saying doesn't mean literally that children bring life, but life in the sense that they bring new hope. They bring new overall just a sense of gratitude and a sense of happiness and a sense of responsibilities, in the sense that when you think that you're going to be a mom or a dad, it changes you, right? So that's where the saying that a child bring life really means, at least to me, right? So with her children, with her husband, they all bring that to her, right? And I'm sure she brings that to them too. And I'm sure that in that home, in that place, they are truly happy. Because once the foundation is built on happiness and built on true love, then everything else to come, I'm not saying everything will be perfect, but guess what? It will be easier to cross over. All hurdles will be much easier and everything will just have a better flow. And I believe that is what happened with Cassie Ventura, man. And the moment she, be the girl she wanted to be, as she said, be the woman she wanted to be, then things change. Shout out to her husband also, right? Because they say both hands clap together in a relationship. It should not only be one hand. And I believe both Cassie and her husband came together and brought forth a happy home. And I'm just really happy for her. I just really wish her the best. Really, really wish her the best, because we don't have to really get into the past to know what she really went through. Whether or not you believe she was a victim or not, you just have to be happy that she was living her life. Because one thing I know for sure, Diddy wasn't innocent, right? So whether you believe she wasn't a victim, Diddy was not a victim. So that still doesn't mean she should not get the chance to be happy, right? And I'm not going to get into that conversation either, whether or not she was a victim or not, or whether she was not a total victim or not. I'm not going to get into that conversation. I'm just using this time out to just wish her happiness, wish her the best, her children's the best, her husband the best. And yeah, that's really it, man. That's really, really it. I want you guys to also help me wish her and her family the best down in the comment section. Share some love, spread some love, my people. Let me know your thoughts and perspective down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys feel. Remember to drop a like and subscribe, show some love. Drop a like and subscribe, show some love. I want to say thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is a boy, and as usual, I'm out.